Two legendary off-road icons, built for adventure, are going head-to-head in 2025, the Toyota Land Cruiser versus the Ford Bronco. The 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser makes a bold return, combining its legendary durability with modern hybrid efficiency and advanced off-road tech, making it a true go-anywhere SUV. On the other side, the 2025 Ford Bronco continues its reign as a rugged off-road beast, offering powerful engine options, customizable features, and trail-ready performance straight from the factory. Both SUVs are designed to tackle the toughest terrains, but which one is the ultimate off-road champion? Stick around as we break down their performance, capability, and features to find out. So, this is Parth, and you are watching MotorNation. Starting up with basic overview. After a brief disappearing act that we thought would spell the end for the Land Cruiser on our shores, Toyota's iconic off-roader returned last year with renewed purpose. Now motivated by a four-cylinder hybrid powertrain good for a combined 326 horsepower, it shares its bones with the Lexus GX and has been downsized slightly, losing its third row in the process. The LC's newfound tidiness puts it in line with other legendary trail experts, such as the Ford Bronco and the Jeep Wrangler. The Land Cruiser has been reworked and modernized inside and out, packing the latest Toyota infotainment tech and plenty of driver aids, while retaining a serious four-wheel drive system and plenty of nods to LC history, including the base model's round headlights. While available with 2 or 4 doors, soft tops or hard tops, and removable doors and roof panels, the 2025 Ford Bronco SUV is among the best ways to experience the great outdoors. A 300 horsepower turbocharged four-cylinder engine is standard, and a 330 horsepower twin-turbo V6 is optional. In the riotous Bronco Raptor model, the blown 6 makes a stout 418 horsepower, but we review that model separately. A 10-speed automatic bolts to both engines, but a 7-speed manual is offered with the 4-banger. Thank you, Ford. Base models are certainly capable of tackling trails, but higher-end trims add desirable off-road gear for more serious adventuring. Noteworthy options include 35-inch mud-terrain tires, bead lock-capable wheels, electronic locking front and rear differentials, and a sway bar disconnect feature. Moving on to what's new for 2025. Aside from the removal of the first edition model offered for 2024, there are no changes to the Land Cruiser lineup. On the other hand, retro-styled freewheeling trim joins the Bronco lineup for 2025. It's based on the entry-level Big Bend model and finishes it off with multicolor 1970s-inspired stripes on the body side. The Sasquatch off-roading package is available on this model and includes high-clearance fender flares, a raised suspension, mud-terrain tires, and upgraded Bilstein shock absorbers. Talking about the engine, transmission, and performance, given that this is an entirely modernized and smaller generation of the Land Cruiser, Toyota has elected to install a hybrid powertrain in place of a naturally aspirated V8 engine. A turbocharged 2.4-liter four-cylinder is assisted by 2 electric motors to make 326 horsepower. If this setup sounds familiar, that's because it's similar to the powertrain offered in the Toyota Tacoma. All Land Cruisers come with an 8-speed automatic transmission and a 4-wheel drive system featuring a locking center differential, low-range gearing, a crawl control system, and hill descent control. In our test drive, we found that the hybrid powertrain provides good torque, but noticed that the boost from the electric motors is inconsistent due to the small battery pack. The Land Cruiser provides a smooth ride on the road and is significantly quieter than vehicles like the Ford Bronco. In testing, the Land Cruiser First Edition got to 60 miles per hour in 7.7 seconds. The Land Cruiser's max tow rating is 6,000 pounds when properly equipped. The Land Cruiser's EPA ratings sit at 23 miles per gallon combined, 22 miles per gallon city, and 25 miles per gallon highway. Those numbers are significantly better than what the previous generation V8 model offered. In real-world 75 miles per hour highway fuel economy test, the Land Cruiser First Edition underperformed, achieving 21 miles per gallon. On the other hand, the Bronco doesn't come with 8 cylinders. Instead, there's a standard 300 horsepower turbocharged 2.3-liter four-cylinder or an optional 330 horsepower twin-turbo 2.7-liter V6 under the hood. A 10-speed automatic transmission bolts to both gas engines, but a 7-speed manual is only compatible with the smaller one. Unfortunately, neither engine has an enthusiastic soundtrack. Every Bronco comes with conventional off-road style four-wheel drive, the kind you must manually select to engage, and its independent front suspension is more sophisticated than Jeep's front stick axle. Other noteworthy options include 35-inch mud-terrain tires, bead lock-capable wheels, electronic locking front and rear differentials, and a sway bar disconnect feature. After our first driving impressions, the Bronco showed us surprisingly livable on-road refinement. Not only is its steering more precise than the Wranglers, but the Ford simply handles better overall. Of course, equipped with the largest tires and softest off-road oriented suspension, there's significant brake dive, and its body-on-frame construction isn't kept secret. Still, the Bronco isn't a one-trick pony, and it's capable of conquering truly treacherous terrain. The twin-turbo V6 model delivers the quickest acceleration times. A wild-track model with that engine and a 10-speed automatic hit 60 miles per hour in 6.2 seconds, while an Everglades trim with the Turbo 4 and the automatic needed 7.1 seconds. The maximum towing capacity for the Ford Bronco is 3,500 pounds. The four-cylinder Bronco with the automatic transmission is the thriftiest variant, with ratings of 20 miles per gallon in the city and 22 on the highway. Upgrade to the V6 version with the Sasquatch package that includes aggressive, oversized tires, and its fuel economy plummets to 17 miles per gallon both in the city and on the highway. We've run automatic-equipped Broncos with both engines on 75 miles per hour fuel economy route, with the four-cylinder earning 22 miles per gallon and the V6 earning 18 miles per gallon. Taking a look at the interior, comfort, and cargo. Unlike the previous generation Land Cruiser, this new one is strictly a two-row, 5-seat SUV. Toyota has downsized the Cruiser's body this time around, putting it into contention with mid-size rivals such as the Ford Bronco and the Jeep Wrangler, rather than full-size SUVs such as the Chevrolet Tahoe and the Ford Expedition. While the base 1958 trim does without many of the other trim's luxuries, it still offers niceties such as heated seats, a heated steering wheel, and a 6-speaker stereo. The other trim, simply called Land Cruiser, has a more deluxe cabin that includes ventilated seats, a 10-speaker stereo, and available leather upholstery. All Land Cruisers come with Toyota's excellent infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but the base 1958 trim makes do with a rather dinky 8.0-inch display. The top trim gets a much larger 12.3-inch touchscreen. USB-C charging ports and a wireless smartphone charging pad are standard fare, but you'll have to pay extra for onboard Wi-Fi or the available 14-speaker JBL stereo system. While the Bronco offers the same open-air possibilities that make the Wrangler an outdoor person's delight, the ability to strip off the doors and roof panels. The Ford's interior has a few more innovations than the Jeep's too. For example, the Bronco has a rack built into the top of its dashboard that allows smartphones and GoPros to be mounted there. It also has frameless doors that are easy to remove. However, their long side glass can snag the weather stripping, and they allow extra wind noise to enter the cabin. Still, the extended wheelbase four-door models have space on board to store all four doors. Since the exterior mirrors are mounted on the base of the windshield, they're still usable when the doors are taken off. Should you want to protect the cabin from the elements, You can opt for the available rubberized flooring and marine-grade vinyl upholstery. Those who want a fancier environment can opt for leather seating surfaces, but the interior's expansive swaths of plastic look cheap on upper trims. Even in the two-door Bronco, there's enough space in the back seat to fit two adults comfortably. Ford's latest in-dash Sync 4 software powers a 12.0-inch touchscreen that's embedded in the middle of the Bronco's dashboard. The setup allows over-the-air updates and can connect to the cloud and the user's smartphone wirelessly. The infotainment system also supports a host of modern infotainment features that include Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a subscription-based Wi-Fi hotspot. The unit can also be upgraded with desirable options, such as built-in navigation and a more powerful B&O stereo. Talking about the driver assistance and safety features. Like most of Toyota's new models, the Land Cruiser is equipped with a generous list of standard driver assistance features. Bundled together in a suite called Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, you'll find lane departure warning, automatic high-beam headlamps, and adaptive cruise control alongside expected systems, such as automated emergency braking. Similar to this, the Bronco is available with a suite of driver assistance technology, including automatic high beams and parking sensors. It also has equipment that makes low-speed rock crawling and trail driving easier. And finally, coming back to the pricing. The price of the 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser starts at $57,900 and goes up to $63,900 depending on the trim and options. Though the base 1958 model's classic round headlights are tempting, we think the Land Cruiser trim is the one to go for, as it adds ventilated front seats, a 10-speaker stereo system, a larger 12.3-inch infotainment display, and wider all-terrain tires, among other items. While the price of the 2025 Ford Bronco starts at $39,890 and goes up to $77,530, depending on the trim and options. The Big Bend trim is Spartan, but mid-range trims such as Black Diamond and Outer Banks offer more features. We'd recommend a four-door Black Diamond. For under $50,000, you get standard features such as Ford's GOAT drive modes, 32-inch tires, a powder-coated steel bumper, additional bash plates, and access to tons of additional factory options. A new base model has been added, and at the other end of the lineup, a range-topping Strop Edition Bronco wears a tricolor livery inspired by the Strop Baja racers of the 1960s and 1970s. And that wraps up our showdown between the 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser and the 2025 Ford Bronco, two off-road legends built to conquer any terrain. The Land Cruiser stays true to its roots with unmatched durability, advanced off-road technology, and a new hybrid powertrain that blends power with efficiency. Meanwhile, the Bronco brings a raw, adventurous spirit with powerful engine options, rugged design, and extreme off-road capability straight from the factory. So, which one is the ultimate off-road SUV? Do you prefer the Land Cruiser's legendary reliability and modern upgrades? Or does the Bronco's rugged, customizable nature win your vote? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this battle, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to MotorNation for more epic comparisons, reviews, and automotive insights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure.